There's a certain kind of person who doesn't just want to be loved, they need to be needed. They're the helper, the fixer, the one who always says, "I've got it." They're dependable, kind, always there when someone falls apart. And when people thank them, they smile. But inside, there's a quiet ache, a fear that if they stop being useful, they'll stop being wanted. It sounds noble, doesn't it? To be the one everyone can count on. But behind that selflessness, there's often exhaustion, a kind of love that's half care, half survival. Psychologists call this compulsive caregiving, when your worth becomes tied to what you can do for others. It often begins in childhood, when love was transactional, when being helpful meant being safe. You became the little adult, the one who sensed tension before it broke, the one who held everyone else's emotions so no one had to hold yours. And that's how it started, the addiction to being indispensable. You learned that attention followed effort, and affection followed sacrifice. And now, you chase connection not by being seen, but by being needed. So let me ask you, who are you when no one needs you? Do you still feel valuable when you're not saving someone? When the room doesn't require your strength? Because that emptiness you feel when you stop helping isn't loneliness. It's the space where you were supposed to exist all along. It often starts in a house where someone else's needs filled the air. A parent who was overwhelmed. A sibling who fell apart easily. A home where emotions were loud, but care was quiet. And so, you learned to earn your place by being useful. You became the peacekeeper, the little problem solver. You learned to anticipate before being asked. You didn't wait for comfort, you became it. In psychology, this is linked to parentification, when a child takes on the role of caretaker before they're ready. It sounds mature, even admirable, but it rewires something fundamental. You learn to seek safety through service. Now, as an adult, it's automatic. Someone sighs, and you ask if they're okay. Someone struggles, and you rearrange your life to help. You rarely ask for anything in return, because needing feels dangerous, because needing means weakness. So you pour yourself out in the name of love, hoping that maybe, if you fix enough, someone will finally see you. Have you ever felt restless when everything is fine? As if you don't know what to do when there's no one to rescue? That's not boredom, that's withdrawal. You're detoxing from constant usefulness, because your nervous system was trained to equate stillness with rejection. But you are not a resource. You are not a refuge only for other people's storms. You deserve relationships that exist even when you have nothing to offer but your quiet presence. There's a quiet loneliness that hides inside the need to be needed. It doesn't show itself through tears. It shows itself through busyness, through constant doing, through never sitting still long enough to ask, "What do I want?" if no one else needs me. You fill your days with helping, fixing, advising, listening. You call it purpose. But sometimes, late at night, when everything goes quiet, you wonder if it's really avoidance. Because helping others is easier than being helped. Caring is safer than being cared for. When you're the giver, you never have to risk being rejected. You're in control of the story. You're the one who saves, not the one who's saved. Psychologists link this to relational control, a survival strategy where giving becomes a shield against vulnerability. It's not selflessness, it's self-protection dressed as generosity. Have you ever noticed how uncomfortable you feel when someone offers help? How you rush to say, "I'm fine," even when you're breaking inside? That's not independence. That's the echo of a child who learned that needing others could end in disappointment. So now you overfunction to avoid ever feeling small again. You stay strong, even when it costs you softness. You stay capable, even when you're craving care. But the truth is, love doesn't require usefulness. You don't have to earn your place by being essential. Sometimes the most healing thing you can do is let someone show up for you without needing to be rescued in return. Because being needed feels powerful, but being loved without conditions? That's peace. When your worth is tied to usefulness, love starts to feel like labor. You don't just show up, you perform. You listen harder, care deeper, give more than you have. And when people pull away, you take it personally. You wonder what you did wrong, as if affection were something you had to maintain through effort. But here's the truth. You were trained to believe that love is a transaction. That to matter, you must contribute. That to belong, you must be indispensable. You learned it from the way adults praised your responsibility but missed your exhaustion. from how your calmness was celebrated while your sadness was ignored. You learned that being needed kept you safe, so now you chase relationships that confirm that rule. You gravitate toward people who are wounded, chaotic, or lost, because their need gives you purpose. Their instability gives you meaning. And when they heal or move on, you feel abandoned, not because they left, but because you no longer know who you are without their brokenness. Psychologists call this codependent identity fusion, where helping becomes your entire sense of self. You don't just love them, you merge with their pain. Their emotions become your compass, their struggles your oxygen. So let me ask you gently, who are you when no one needs saving? What do you love when you're not helping? When was the last time you let life revolve around your joy instead of someone else's crisis? You deserve relationships that survive your stillness, that love you even when you're not holding everything together. Healing this pattern isn't about becoming selfish. It's about becoming so whole that you no longer depend on being essential to exist. Because being needed is comforting, isn't it? It makes you feel irreplaceable. But that comfort is a clever disguise. It hides the truth that love shouldn't require usefulness. It should allow being. Start gently. The next time someone is struggling, pause before offering to fix it. Ask yourself, am I helping because I care, or because I'm afraid of not being needed? If it's the second, breathe. That pause is your power returning. Psychologists call this self-differentiation, learning to stay connected without losing yourself. It's the balance between empathy and autonomy, between love and over-identification. Try this. When someone vents, instead of leaping in to solve, say, "That sounds hard. How can I support you?" It sounds small, but it gives both of you space, them to own their feelings and you to honor your boundaries. Then, practice letting people help you. Start with something tiny, a ride, a favor, a listening ear. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but every act of receiving rewires your nervous system to believe, I can matter without performing. Have you ever noticed how rest feels wrong? How stillness feels suspicious, like you're wasting your worth? That's the old conditioning again. The fear that love will fade if you stop being useful. But it won't. Real love doesn't depend on your effort. It grows in your presence, even when you're doing nothing at all. One day, you'll help someone, and it won't drain you. You'll listen, not to fix, but to witness. You'll care, not to prove your worth, but because care is who you are. And then, you'll do something revolutionary. You'll rest. Without guilt. Without apology. You'll take up space even when no one needs you, and realize that the world still holds. The people who truly love you won't vanish. They'll just exhale, grateful that you finally let them love you back. That's the quiet freedom on the other side of overfunctioning. Love that doesn't depend on effort. Peace that doesn't collapse without a role. Because the child who once had to keep everyone safe has grown into an adult who can finally feel safe themselves. You no longer have to hold the world together to be worthy of staying in it. You were always enough, even when you weren't needed. So tell me, have you ever felt lost when no one depended on you? What would it feel like to belong without being busy? And if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? Maybe you can rest now. Maybe you're loved, even when you do nothing. Before you go, share this quietly with the friend who never stops helping. The one who forgets they're human too. Because sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is let the world keep spinning without your hands on it.